Hey guys, just a little disclaimer before we start the podcast. The audio is not going to be the best on this one. It's the first time we do 4 people on with using 2 mics, and I positioned them wrong, so you're going to hear one person more than the other. I did try to adjust it a little bit, and it helps, but it does not do justice to our great guests. And just wanted to give you a little heads up, and thank you so much for the support, and I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. Thank you. All right, welcome back to the Coffee Chat podcast. Man, we just had a field day here. We have some great guests, and we're excited for already episode 16 of this amazing podcast. And like we said before, we don't have it all figured out, but what we have figured out, we want to share with you guys. And today, we also have a co-host, my sister for the first time, Jocelyn. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, everyone. Glad to be here.
Yes, so today we have another coffee shop with us. Some people may see it as a competition. We see it as coffee family.
Yes.
And today we have Enroute or Enroute. First question already. You've always wondered.
I think it's both, honestly. Like, who you talk, because sometimes when I say in a sentence, I'm like, I'm going to Enroute. And then other times, like, where do you work? I'm like, Enroute. Like, they just kind of...
Whatever flows off the tongue for you.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Well, Jocelyn, why don't you introduce our guests?
All right. Well, yeah, we have Deni and Brittany.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, so what is your guys' go-to drink usually when you guys have a coffee shop? So what do you guys drink there that is your best or like your every single day drink?
Mine's white chocolate, always.
White chocolate?
Yep.
Ice?
Either way.
Either way.
Anything white chocolate?
Yes.
That's her,
Anything white
her.
chocolate.
They even special order in a particular white chocolate.
We do.
Really?
Just for me.
That's for you?
Yes.
Really?
Wow.
I'm gonna ask for white
Yes.
chocolate.
They're going to be like,
No.
is it okay for
It's special.
I kind of all over the place, but recently I've been drinking our iced revival, which is a brown sugar latte with oat milk.
Nice.
Kind of lets me, keep everything top all the time. It's oldie but a goodie.
Cool. For those who don't know Enroute or haven't heard of you guys, maybe from another side of the world, but can you tell them a little bit about your story and how you guys were founded?
So we started in January 2019. We
Worked together, actually,
Yes.
previously before taking this venture at another restaurant in Phoenix. And I was coffee bar manager, and she was like customer service front of the house, and we worked together every single day.
we fell in love with each other, and it was a match made in heaven.
It's true. It's kind of like when you take on your business company, isn't just like, oh, I'm gonna go start a baby with this person. Like, it's like I have to make sure that they are gonna be in line with everything that I'm in line with. So it's like when you just know, you know, and that's what happened.
That's awesome.
And then we started looking on some websites just to see what spaces were available, and we happened on the space that Enroute is currently at, and we just knew that it was perfect because there wasn't a whole lot over in the West Valley. Just like I'm sure you guys know, there still isn't. There's still a ton of room to grow, and we knew that we could make our stamp on the West Valley, and we a month later signed our lease and started.
That was the beginning.
Yeah, it was super quick. I'm pretty sure our head spun for about 3 months, but once we signed our lease on Friday, we started working that Saturday and just jumped the gun
rolled
and
into it.
Yeah.
started going, and here we are.
Where did the name come from?
So, funny question. We actually had a few different names picked out previously, and we were like, I really like this. It's kind of what we move for. But when we acquired the space, we took inspiration from what was there before, and we used that to kind of like build our brand around. So, for all of you who don't know, there was a tiny little coffee shop there before, and it was named Enroute, and they had named it Enroute for some other reasons. But then when we took it, we had an option to name it whatever we wanted to name it. And we realized like that's actually very fitting for where we are in our life and where we're moving forward to and what we're going to be doing. So we're like, why change that? That actually works really well for what we're doing, and we'll just save those other names for other things.
So it was already called that when you guys got there. You just
Yeah.
kept it in.
We just decided to keep
We made
it.
ours.
So you guys worked together before, right? You guys said so.
Yes.
One of that we had a little chat before this. We had part one of the podcast.
I wish it was recorded.
We wish it recorded, but you guys said you guys get this asked a lot, but do you guys get along? Is it kind of hard working with each other?
No, it's so easy. But we both know whose strengths are where. I'm not going to go and try to infer in her territory and try to do drinks and flavors, I'm going to let her do that. I may give her my opinion and be like, I don't think that's going to work, but go for it. So I think that really helps that we have trust in each other's specific areas and we don't step on our toes when it comes to that. She'll let me do all of the banking and all the financial stuff, and I let her do all the ordering and all the drink specials.
I mean, we worked together long enough beforehand to know if our personalities were going to clash or not, or if we were going to have any issues, and like I said, know our roles, stay in our own lanes kind of thing. So,
especially where we were from was super busy. So like if we were going to clash, it definitely was going to be there because of how busy it was. Like there was no time to play around. So I think we both saw that, one, we could work well under pressure. Two, we got the job done. There was no messing around.
Yeah.
So it's a little sample.
Yeah, a little preview.
So we work good here. We're good to
go.
That's good. And what I love about it too is you guys are, it's female owned, man. Like, hey, what's better than that? Let's go. So yeah, absolutely. We totally want to support you guys. No, I mean, that's like the best, you know. That's awesome.
We love seeing you guys work together. I think it's so. You guys, is it normal that two people work together that aren't like family related? And I think it's,
you know, it's so funny because I've heard that partners are problems, like from day one, and I was like, I think that really is dependent on who you are as an individual and who you're choosing as your partner. And I'm mature enough to know where I belong, and who I am, and who she is, and where we are.
And we made sure to. I mean, we basically were like, we're entering in a marriage. Like, we need to have a better conversation than probably we do with our husbands. Like
100% full communication, full transparency.
Yeah, something's bothering you or whatever, like we have to be able to talk about it. Otherwise, this won't work. And I think we both were willing and both really want this dream to be real, that it works.
Anything aside that would actually be detrimental to our future, to the dream, to us as a company. So it's awesome.
I can't imagine doing it without Deni though. Like,
really?
I'd be like, I'm out. My head hurts.
Cool. It was meant to be. Everything happens for a reason.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
Another question for you is, what were some challenges that you came across when you first opened Enroute?
I think
some, okay? Don't go. We don't have all day.
Pick like four, okay?
I think the biggest thing are like when you are in the industry and you open a business, there's challenges that you expect that you are going to be like 100%. I'm going to have to come across this at one day, and then there's the challenges that you're like, oh my goodness, was not expecting that. Blindsided, 100%. The challenges that we expected, I think that we overcame tremendously. The challenges that we did not expect, where I think I can sum it up for everybody and say you just can't make everybody happy. No matter how nice you are, no matter how much tact you have, there's still always going to be somebody out there who wishes ill on you, or who doesn't support you, or finds something wrong with you, and you're just like, you know what, I have to learn to let that go. And that's hard. That's hard as a person, that's hard as a business owner, that's hard as a perfectionist, that's hard as human.
Just in general.
And so that is something that when you get faced with your community almost having a little backlash towards you, you're like, hold on, this is not what I expected. And that is something that I think needs to be brought to the surface a lot when people want to open a business. It's not all through peachy colored glasses and rainbows. There's a lot of hard work and a lot of heartache that can come with it. So
a lot of second guessing.
Everyone.
Yeah, it's like your baby, you know what I mean? It's like when they offend your baby. Like,
absolutely.
I don't like this drink. What?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that above all things, everything else was like we expected.
Yeah, we knew we were going to work long hours. We knew it was going to be hard work. We knew all of that's going into it. The hardest part was
the blind side.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that hurt. That was a hard one.
How do you guys deal with that? Because I know like criticism and like bad reviews, stuff like that. It does get personal. Like, how do you learn to cope with that, or what has helped you?
I think taking a step back and analyzing the entire situation was this a wrongdoing on our part? Was this ours, or are you really just a mean person? Because
it's super easy.
I don't want to be that to say it, but there are very mean people out there who just you cannot make happy. But it's not my first time with bad reviews. We've worked in the industry for so long that
you just have to remember to like not jump the gun.
From this,
you know, you have to take it as a learning moment,
feedback,
and just kind of absorb it. Don't ever just start responding too quickly either. You got to really, because sometimes you read it and you want to just you just want to emotionally
or you know the person.
respond.
Like, she was just here. I know exactly who this is.
And you're like, that did not happen.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes you just got to let that go and be like, all right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Maybe one day. One day I will.
We talk about being windy sometimes, you know, when they tweet like really mean things. I'm like, some days.
Johnny, go in the back. Just go in the back.
Gotta take the higher road. I mean, a lot of the times the example I use is like, let's say you're fighting with somebody and you text them and they leave you on red, and how bad that hurts. I feel like it's almost the same thing. They leave you a bad review and you're like, didn't see it, you know, or I saw it, but I really don't care what I'm saying.
Or
You kind of have to like
sometimes
shake it
I'll
off.
like reply and I'll erase it after, but just to like
Just to see those little
dots.
dots.
Oh, there you
It's
go.
funny, like, you kind of have to tackle it because humans are humans. We all feel the same way regardless of situation. So it sucks for us to see something like that, and for them to just be like, "Oh my god, they had nothing to say to that." You're like, "You're right, I don't." Because tomorrow's a new day. Like, I can't let your opinion of me like take me down. You know, that kind of thing. So
It teaches you how to be a better customer as well. So when you go out to a different coffee shop or restaurant, whatever, like, okay, I'm gonna act. I know exactly how that feels.
yeah.
Complaints and everything. So everyone should work at a restaurant. I always say
We
that.
talk about
I always
that
say
all
that.
the time with all of our employees. I'm like, you guys are all so lucky that you have worked here before. Now you know how to behave. Do not act like that.
Yes, exactly.
Mama Bear will come after you.
What's your favorite part about working at a coffee shop? I mean, we love it. Like, we want to hear you guys. Like,
Conversation for me is huge. I love the social interaction. I do have a family, a little guy that's going to be 5, and my husband, and I love them so much. But it's definitely my getaway. It's my chance to have a grown-up conversation without a little one trying to jump on me. So I generally enjoy making connections and talking to people all day.
I love creating. It gives me a platform. It gives me a creative outlet. It gives me. I just feel like
A release from your crazy mind.
I love ordering. I think that's keeping cars is like something that I like thrive on. It's a really weird thing. Not a lot of people can say that, but I enjoy that aspect.
Yeah.
And it kind of just it keeps me going.
And it's so cool because you come back from like a hard day or like you're tired and you have coffee there. So it's like we love coming in here, making drinks. And
There is
staying
a
active.
security and a comfort
Yeah,
to
for
it.
sure.
Absolutely. And we really love our staff. Like, I generally enjoy hanging out with them, playing different music for them so I can see them dancing. Like, I love it.
Yeah, I love the
Makes my
vibe.
day.
in there.
The
It's so cool.
culture.
Yeah.
And it's cool how culture though can change in coffee shops though per shop.
For sure.
How different it can be.
Yeah.
How it doesn't all have to be the exact same. And I really, really love that.
No, you guys do a great job. Like, if you look at their Instagram, check them out because man, it's like it has its own personality. Like, you guys are so awesome. And you guys share stories, and it's so great to see you have like your own vibe going on. So
Thank you.
Thank
it's
you.
great to have you guys as
That's
neighbors.
fun to try to navigate too.
Yes,
Sure, you know that.
for sure.
So Deni said you were the creator.
I
So my next question was, where do your recipe come from? So I know we have I feel like we have the basic caramel white chocolate. When you guys have like the cowboy and the cookie butter and everything. So how do you guys do it? Do you guys just testing it?
A lot of it's testing. I use it as an example. It's like I went home one day and I got up the next I had a day. Got up the next morning. I put dry shampoo in my hair because that's life. And I looked and I smelled it and I got like literally inspiration from my dry shampoo scent. And so sometimes it's just like where I'm at mentally, what I'm doing, what I'm surrounded by, to be like, I'm gonna try that when I get into the shop.
Wow.
Like, or just something that.
Well, she could be watching
Did you put dry
a show that's
shampoo in
not
your coffee?
That's a secret.
You're like, I got it now.
He's in the back like,
Don't tell anybody.
That's a secret.
It's something that, like, my entire life, I've always been a creative person. Whether I was like already doing furniture at a really young age, I had a cupcake business when I was 18. Like, there's just certain things where it's like I love to find an ingredient or find a flavor and then like almost spider web off of it and be like, what is going to be good with that? And then it's
Exactly how her mind works.
the most strange thing of being
it's a great balance. You're a
Yeah.
creator, and we have all
I mean, it
these.
might be my secret weapon, and I'm making fun of it, but I love to watch the Food Channel. Love sometimes like guys' grocery games, my jam. I don't know why, so strange. But sometimes what they cook on there, I can find inspiration from what they're doing, and that can be anything, and next thing you know, it's like that's our next best-selling latte.
Wow.
So, and I
Just
tried
like,
some stuff
wow.
that has not been good.
Yeah, and we have made some stuff that I'm like,
So,
Deni, not this one, not this
I'm like,
one.
let's have everyone else try that. Did you like it?
So there are some fails big time,
Yeah.
but I feel like, and it's not all me all the time, but I'm gonna say yes, it is a majority of me. But
We do let the employees like have free reign also. Like if they want to, if we got a new flavor in and they want to test it out and try to mix and match different stuff, go for it. Why not? And then we'll try it if everyone's in agreement, and then there we go. Especially with the Lotus drinks, the plant-based energy drinks, a lot of those flavors are a combination of Deni and most of the employees. Just testing stuff out and trying drinks all day.
Oh, another question that we have for you guys is, I love how you guys collaborate with a lot of other businesses. I know you guys have like a peach mill going on right now. So I'm like, how important is supporting other local businesses to you guys?
I always say people were willing to give us a chance, and if we're not willing to give other people a chance and open that door, why should we expect people to do the same for us? So we just want to be that, give people that opportunity to at least try, and they have dreams too, and we want to be able to try to help promote them and help get their dreams done.
give them a platform, why not?
Yeah.
Like, how rude of that would it be if I'm like, I can, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not who I am. I mean, without community, you have nothing. Without family, you have nothing. And so if you don't have a family in your life, like I don't, I have a community, which is my family. So the bigger and the better that I can grow that, the more at home I feel, the more roots that we have put down here. I also, what is that term? It's like you can have a cell phone, but if you don't have service, all you do is play games. So if you don't have
Hold on, let me write that down.
if you don't have like foundation or anything like that, you're just gonna be messing around. Like you have to go in and
We'll have to trademark that.
Yeah. Deni.
Don't be stealing that.
That's a shirt right there. You gotta put that on a shirt.
I'll make one.
the thing,
It's true. I think that's what it is. Everything I have to do has to have a purpose. I just can't live every single day or do anything, or we can't move forward in this business without purpose. That's our drive, like for your mission statement, and it's like of for and about the community. Like that's what we have. And we have to keep the money in within the community. Like,
Yeah,
don't be wrong,
absolutely.
everybody loves corporate stores, but not everybody.
So my dad does it all the time. Like, he's like, is it local? And then we won't, But it's so important. Like, we have to support each other. But I also like that you guys have like the cookies. The chocolate cookies, my favorite.
I know you
The
guys
little
That's what we
macaroons.
do.
Like, and they're all local businesses that you
Yes.
guys are help supporting. So I love that.
with literally any and everything, from roasters to bakers to makers to who books our t-shirts to like anything. We're like, how can we reach out? How can we stay within our community? The girl that fits our t-shirt, she's an Air Force wife like me. So, and then our bakers, it's right down the street from us. And so it's like, how can we? Our milk is local, everything. So we try to keep it wherever we can. I think as adults, if it's not talked about, then nobody actually knows the importance behind it. So we try to do our part, like in educating the community on the importance of it as well.
If you guys could go back to your grand opening, what would you tell yourself?
Soon.
Okay.
Well, it's funny because we
We didn't really have a big
didn't
grand
have a
opening.
We
We just kind of started.
We,
We did.
Papers at really, really late at night. Went back to the shop, started our POS system, and we showed up at 6 a.m. the next day. Like
Yeah.
we didn't announce it. We didn't.
know how we were going to get any baked goods. We just kind of ran with it. And
We were
Started.
But we are workers. That's what we do. So the thought of taking time off was terrifying.
Yeah, it wasn't even we didn't even think about it.
put
We weren't
everything
even
we
like,
had into the business.
Yeah.
It was like empty our savings accounts. I mean, like we're pulling everything.
Yeah.
So it was like at that point, taking time off wasn't even an option. Like we got
Yeah.
to get in here. We need to start working. We need to feel everything.
we quit our job. So, I mean,
Let's
we
go.
needed to be
We
making
need
money.
money. Yeah. That's
My
what
husband
it
was
does.
like, you're about to put us on a street. And I was like, no, it'll be
You're right.
fine.
We're eating peanut butter and jelly
Yeah.
sandwiches, ramen noodles.
Yeah.
Like, we're saving money.
It was like a Wednesday. My last day was the day before we walked in.
Yeah, she was.
There was no time in between, and I regret that slightly. But I feel like that is just who we are. Like it was.
Yeah.
We
We didn't even think about
we
not
did it.
working. Like it was just part of what we had known all the time. So it wasn't even a thought to be like, maybe we should take that day to kind of like process. Nope.
No, just
Just
went for it.
open
Yeah.
up.
What was the
Ready to
feedback
go.
when you guys opened with the community and the customers?
Don't cry. No, I'm just
They were very confused.
They were very confused. Like we said, there was a coffee shop there before, and I don't believe that the owners had talked to their community prior to opening. So when they are not there and we show up and they're like, "Who are you?" We're like,
Who are these girls?
Some of them just thought we were workers for a while, so that kind of worked out until they were like, "Wait, you guys are always here." Oh yeah, we own it now.
it was definitely the first few months were a little strange for us. Quite a learning experience.
So maybe we would have done a grand opening, but you know, in the moment,
Let's do one. Let's just do one right now.
Our first birthday was kind of a grand opening for us,
It took us that entire year to like finally get into our own
and feel like it was ours.
own colors, our own all new furniture, and so that was like you're right, grand opening. It took us a year, but slow and steady.
It was fun.
You know.
Like you guys went for it though.
Yeah, we're just
did.
100% like not rich.
Down in your head.
Yeah, that was fun though.
Yeah.
My husband for sure thought we were about to be living on the streets.
Yeah.
He was like,
Really?
my wife.
Live off the
Like,
coffee.
Started a
I
coffee
love
shop.
But he didn't tell me any of that. He was just like, if you want to do it, babe, do it. And I was like, I appreciate you.
Yeah, my husband was extremely supportive. But there is a part of you where you're like, okay, this is all we have. This is what we have to. We have to make this. work.
Yes, that was.
I gotta make
There was
it
no
work.
if, and, or buts about it.
So you do. I feel like it's how bad do you want it. I think is a lot of the time
Yeah.
I use that term a lot. Is there's
Mm-hmm.
when you have everything on the line.
Yeah.
You know, our parents aren't rich. We're not rich. Like we are adults. Like we did this on our own, and that's.
Definitely helped
I
us.
wish we could say that we had like a little lifeboat underneath us, but we didn't. So we had to do what we had to do to make it work.
Sometimes you just need that push.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of people want to start a business, or they're like, "Oh, maybe next year." But until we get I branched off our job, so it's like, "All right, well, we got to do something."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
sometimes we need a little push to get
absolutely. As soon as we put in our notice, it was like, oh, this is real.
us game time.
We're not having a job after this if we don't.
Bosses, they're like, well, if you guys need to make some money, you can come in and work on the weekend. And I'm like, rude.
You don't believe in us.
Yeah.
So to sit here a year and a half later with everything that we've accomplished, we're like, heck yeah, high five all the time. Like, we did it.
Now you sell them
So,
coffee.
Yeah.
We walk in there on, a Monday afternoon, and we're like, we have nothing to do.
That's
And
awesome.
you thought I couldn't make it.
Yeah, there is that little nice little deal. Like, we did it. We did. We worked freaking hard.
It's like every day is our grand opening.
Yes. That's awesome. So what's your guys' schedule look like? You know, as business owners, I know it's changing a little bit right now, but
We try to have a pretty good work-life balance, especially with me having a little one. Try to, keep him on school path. But, we like to be there in the morning just because that's normally when we get deliveries in. It's usually when people try to call us to try to talk to us or ask us questions or stuff. So we usually try to be there in the morning, and then by the afternoon, we let them handle it. I may stop in.
We're there every day.
Yeah.
I like coming in every day. We built that.
Yeah.
Gotta say hi to everybody, check their pulse.
Yeah, we became so close with so many customers that they're like our family. So it's like weird not to see.
Yes, yeah. There's definitely a lot of customers that I'm like, okay, why are they not here yet? And then they're
I'm gonna
missing
call
our
the police.
meeting.
It's so fun just to get to know people's names and their orders every time.
We know what they did that last weekend. We know that their kids just got married or what's going on.
Yeah, and they enjoy, keeping the conversation with us, and I love that part of it. Them sending me a picture of something, their kids in a shirt that
Best
we
part
made
of
or
the coffee
whatever.
shop.
Yeah, absolutely. It's connecting with them.
Next question is, what does the future for Enroute look like?
So
Tell
many
us.
things.
Tell us.
ideas, plans, or
Well, obviously our plan is to always grow.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, did we grow a lot faster than we thought? Yes.
Yes.
We did. We really thought, like, we're going to do this for a few years.
Yeah,
We are
absolutely.
actively searching for a second location.
Yes.
And
We are.
I like to use the analogy of sitting in a boat, having a bunch of fishing lines out, and you're just waiting for one of them to go. So, are we ready? Absolutely. It's just we don't know exactly which direction it's going to go in yet. So,
exciting.
Yeah. I mean, COVID doesn't help.
Yeah.
You know,
events are a little.
Yeah, in the beginning, we had a couple more things that would probably have moved a little quicker, but, we put those on hold with COVID, so now we're just looking for the next thing, and when it comes, we're gonna be ready. So
yeah, I think it's always been a dream of ours to have.
well, yeah, and maybe not staying with coffee either. Like we both come from food backgrounds, so we're really up for it. Yeah, no, that's all you.
Yeah, just
that's
kidding.
yours all day,
Let's
every
partner,
day.
let's
Like,
partner.
I will be more than happy to push you.
Let's do
all
a
the
cowboy and a crate.
Yes. Oh, okay. Now her mind isn't going to stop all day.
We were in the food industry. We love food. I love, and talk about creativity. It's a whole other level. So, would I love to do something like that? Absolutely. But I think our next step is not going to be food. I think it's going to be
probably another coffee, and then venture out from there. See what happens.
So
on the world,
That's awesome.
Yes, for sure.
Things would happen a lot quicker.
For sure.
If not, you guys did it anyways. So
Yeah.
you guys learned.
Just take longer. It's all right.
You guys can hear or see, like, this is how we have conversation. We call it therapy. Like, we're always talking and having a good time.
This is actually how we are.
Exactly. That's why we like getting along with you guys and talking to you guys.
We love you guys
fun
too.
to be around. So, for our last question, what would you advise somebody who's starting a business, who maybe is afraid to start a business? What would you tell them?
I would say to have a clear plan, whether that be your idea of your business or where you want to be at, but you need to have at least a starting place. You need to know what you need to get there. So I'm always a planner. So I like to know, like, okay, we're going to do this. So then we need to get this. So we need to get that to get that. Just to help to make sure you stay on the right path. That's why we always redo our goals probably like every 6 months. We're always looking at like, okay, we did that. Okay, we did that.
Sure.
Because otherwise, how do you know if you're staying within what you wanted to do? Sometimes you get off track for something, so it keeps you on the straight and narrow. So have a plan.
You can't score if you don't have a goal.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll make you one.
Yeah.
I mean, to pop off ratings is, yes, definitely have a plan. Do your homework. I don't know how many people have come into us and they're like, I love coffee. I want to open a coffee shop. I'm like, so what do you know? And they're like, absolutely nothing. I'm like, okay, cool. You have a dream, but you need to know a little bit more than that. And it's not being downer. It's being realistic. Been in this industry since I was 14 years old, and you see a lot of things. I think it just, when we say hard work, it's not just hard work. It's like hard work times 10.
It's like 16-hour days, like, and that's average.
Physically, mentally,
Yeah, and I don't
everything.
think people really realize, like, as a manager, when you work at a restaurant, your average day is probably 13 hours. Like, that's expected out of you.
Yeah.
So once you work, and that's
Salary.
and that's just your single day. That's not 2 days put together. That's a single day. So it's like when you work 16 hours, that's when you're like, man, that was a long day.
Yeah.
But so I think people have this unrealistic view that like working in a restaurant's 8 hours, and it's like, no, on average, restaurant managers work about 12 hours, and it's expected that you work those 12 hours. That's not like a written in thing. That's just a silent rule that everyone has. So I think you just, if you haven't been in that industry, I think sometimes that stuff can come to a shock for you because you don't, nobody says that. It's not something that people talk about, that we work ungodly hours.
Homework. The understanding balance. If you don't take care of yourself, you are not going to be a healthy person. If you don't take care of your business, you're not going to have a healthy business. So I do. There's just, I mean, to bottle it all up, like what you expect and what you think is just multiply that by so much more. And everyone, there's always room for learning. No one knows everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
The internet is full of opinions, not necessarily facts. So do your own homework.
And ask people too. Most people that work in the restaurant industry love to talk about the restaurant industry. They enjoy it. Like, I enjoy talking to people. I mean, like, yeah, I work 12 hours most days, but I loved it. That's what I did. Yeah, they needed me because this crew was short. Heck yeah, I'm staying for you. Like, that's part of the joy of working in the restaurant industry and why you do it.
And I feel like kind of with me sometimes when people ask me this question, but I'm like, I wish I could tell you that was so wonderful in the beginning. I just want to prepare you of how hard it actually is.
It's worth it at the end, right?
It is, yeah. If you can get through all of that, it's amazing. Like sometimes I look at Deni and I'm like, can you believe that we're even here?
I think one time she was like,
And she was like, what are you doing?
You're just feeling
Like,
it.
I'm gonna
You're like, get off
I'm
me.
definitely more the emotional one. And she's just like, I don't know what's
There's a
happening.
balance. There has to be a balance.
Yes.
she thinks she's my mom.
Oh my god. That's my nickname.
I think the biggest thing is just talk, ask questions, do your homework. Don't assume. Don't assume anything.
So good. You guys are so awesome. Thank you guys for
Aw,
being on the
thank
podcast.
you
We
guys.
appreciate
This is
you
so
guys.
fun. It's already like 30 minutes, and
Yeah.
I feel like it
Time
was just 2
definitely
minutes.
flew. We enjoyed it. Yes.
Stay
Continue,
tuned.
for sure.
Absolutely.
The cookies are phenomenal.
We are
You
down the
guys
street
should
from
go
the
try
crepes now,
Yeah.
so you can hit both.
I can do a little
love
shameless
it.
plug for them. Those are baked by the Boyer Bakery. They're a wonderful family.
Oh, check them out too.
Check them out.
Yeah, they're so original.
So good.
I have to go try the cowboy because
Yes,
It's-
Anna.
we'll be there. We'll be there soon. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for your time, for listening and watching. Please subscribe and like so you can keep on getting these podcasts and on YouTube. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you guys for helping us out. Wedo and Victor always supporting us.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Take care. We'll see you next week. Same spot, same time. See ya.